Good morning. Continuing with chapter number 14, factorization. Let's see another method for factorization. In previous lecture, we saw two different methods of factorization, that is method of common factor and method of regrouping. Now we can also do factorization using identities. So the next topic is factorization using identities. Using the following identities also we can factorize an expression. These identities already we have learnt in chapter number 9, that is algebraic expression. Same identities we have to use, but there we were using what we were using in left hand side, that we will use here as right hand side, and what was there right hand side, that will become left hand side in here. That is, the first identity is a square plus 2ab plus b square equal to a plus b whole square, that is equal to a plus b into a plus b. A plus b whole square means a plus b 2 times we have to take. So we can expand that also. This identity, first identity, is called perfect square identity for addition. Next, second identity is a square minus 2ab plus b square equal to a minus b whole square, that is equal to a minus b into a minus b. Second identity is called perfect square identity for subtraction. The difference between these two is that in first identity middle term is plus, and in second identity middle term is minus. Third identity, that is called difference of square identities, that is a square minus b square equal to a plus b into a minus b. Now let's apply this method of factorization by solving exercise 14.2. So exercise 14.2, question number 1, factorize the following expressions. Number 1, a square plus 8a plus 16. Now as you can see that there are 3 terms and middle term is plus. So we can apply here the first identity, that is we will use the identity a square plus 2ab plus b square equal to a plus b whole square. Let's cross check that the first term, second term and the last term, you can say first term, middle term and the last term are proper or not. That is, we'll first check it out. That is equal to a square is the perfect square of a, so we write a whole square. Yes. Then let's cross check first last term. Our last term, that is 16 here. 16 is a perfect square of 4, so we write 4 whole square. Now middle term, that is 2ab. So here our a is a only and b is 4. So we write 2 into a into 4. That will give 2 4s are 8 and into a. So we get our question back, that is a square plus 8a plus 16. So this is perfect, that we can write equal to a plus 4 whole square, that is equal to a plus 4 into a plus 4. Next, question number 2, p square minus 10p plus 25. Now you can see that middle term is having the minus sign. So we here apply the second identity, that is perfect square for subtraction. So we use the identity a square minus 2ab plus b square equal to a minus b whole square. Let's cross check. Now p square is the perfect square of p. Then our last term 25 is the perfect square of 5, and middle term, that is 2ab. So here our a is p and b is 5. So when we write 2 into p into 5, will get 2 5s are 10p, which is our middle term given in the question. So that is equal to p minus 5 whole square, which we can further write as p minus 5 into p minus 5. Next, question number 3, 25m square plus 30m plus 9. Again middle term is plus, so we'll use the identity a square plus 2ab plus b square equal to a plus b whole square. Let's cross check. Now 25m square is the perfect square of 5m, because 25 is the square of 5 and m square is square of m. So we write 5m whole square. Now middle term you write 2 and 2 brackets and you have to leave it, and then last term let's see. 9 is a perfect square of 3, so we write 3 whole square. Now for middle term we will write 2 into first term into last term, that is 2 into 5 into 3, that is 2 5s are 10 and 10 3s are 30m, which already is given in the question. So this is the perfect square of 5m plus 3 whole square, which we can further write as 5m plus 3 into 5m plus 3. Question number 4. 49y square plus 84yz plus 36z square. Again middle term is plus, so we'll use identity. A square plus 2ab plus b square equal to a plus b whole square. Let's cross check. 49y square is the perfect square of 7y. Last term 36z square is the perfect square of 6z, and our middle term is 2 into first term, that is 7y, and last term, that is 6z. And when we cross check our middle term, that is this, we will get 84. You can see 2 7s are 14 and 14 6 are 84. So this is the perfect square of 7y plus 6z whole square, that is equal to 7y plus 6z into 7y plus 6z. Next question number 5. 4x square minus 8x plus 4 equal to. Now here for this we can see that all the three terms something common we can take out. So first method, as we have learned of common factor, we should go stepwise. Here common factors we can take out. So first we will take out the common. You can see in first term also there is 4. Second term we are having number 8, which is the multiple of 4, and third term already 4 is there, so we can take out 4 as common. So first we take out 4 common from all the three terms of the given expression. After taking out 4 common, what will be left? That is, here x square will be left, here 4 2s are 8 and x, so 2x will be left, and last 4 we take out common, so 4 1s are 4, so we have to write 4. So taking out common we will get 4 into x square minus 2x plus 1. Now you can see that in the bracket middle term is having minus sign, so we use the identity a square minus 2ab plus b square equal to a minus b whole square, that is equal to 4 common we have to write all the time, you don't have to skip it. So first we write 4 as it is, and then x square is the perfect square of x, last term 1, that is perfect square of 1, and your middle term, that is 2 into x into 1. So we will get equal to 4 into x minus 1 whole square, that is equal to 4 into x minus 1 into x minus 1. Question number 6. 121b square minus 88bc plus 16c square. Here middle term is minus, so we use the identity a square minus 2ab plus b square equal to a minus b whole square. Now 121b square, that is 121 number is the perfect square of 11 and b square is the perfect square of b. So we get 11b whole square minus 2 into first term bracket and second term bracket, let it be first. Let's see the last term, that is 16c square is the perfect square of 4c. So last term is 4c whole square. Now for middle term we take 2 into first term into last term, that is 2 into 11b into 4c, and this is the perfect square of 11b minus 4c whole square, that is equal to 11b minus 4c into 11b minus 4c. Next question number 7. L plus m whole square minus 4lm. Here already in the question hint is given that first we have to open the perfect square bracket. this is the perfect square bracket L plus M whole square. So first we'll open it and then we will carry forward. So we have learned a plus b whole square equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. So we'll get equal to L square plus 2L M plus M square. Here M should come, but by mistake M is not there. Here M will come as middle term. Yes. So we'll get L square plus 2LM plus M square minus 4LM. Now you can see that 2LM and minus 4LM are like terms. So minus 4 plus 2 will get minus 2LM. So further we can write L square minus 2LM plus M square. Now this, as you can see, that first term is the perfect square of L, last term is perfect square of M, and middle term, that is minus 2LM, that is 2 into first term into last term. So again we can use the identity a square minus 2ab plus b square equal to a minus b whole square, that is equal to L square minus 2 into L into M plus M whole square, that is equal to L minus M whole square equal to L minus M into L minus M. Next question number 8. A raised to 4 plus 2a square b square plus b raised to 4. Again middle term is plus, so we'll use the identity a square plus 2ab plus b square equal to a plus b whole square. Now a raised to 4 is the perfect square of a square. So we write a square whole square plus 2 into a square into b square plus b raised to 4 is the perfect square of b square, that is b square whole raised to square. So this is the perfect square of a square plus b square whole square, that is equal to a square plus b square into a square plus b square. Next question number 2. Factorize. Here all the questions are given which we have to factorize using identity number 3, that is difference of perfect square a square minus b square equal to a plus b into a minus b. So question number 1. 4p square minus 9q square. You can see that 4p square is a perfect square of 2p whole square and 9q square is the perfect square of 3q whole square, and the middle sign is minus. So we can apply identity 3, that is one time we have to add and one time we have to subtract both the terms. That is equal to 2p whole square minus 3q whole square. You can see this is the perfect square of this and this is the perfect square of this. Yes. So we will write like this. Now after that, one time you have to add both the terms and another time you have to subtract. That is equal to 2p plus 3q into 2p minus 3q. Question number 2. 63a square minus 112b square. Again, as we can see in the question, that 63 is not a perfect square number. So we cannot apply the directly this identity 3. So first let's see if we can take out something common. Yes, 63 a square minus 112b square. From this 63 and 112 both are multiple of 7. So we take out 7 common, that is 7 into 9a square, because 7 9s are 63, minus 16b square, 16 7s are 112. So first we take out common 7 and remaining we write in the bracket, that is 9a square minus 16b square. Now we can see that 9a square is a perfect square of 3a and 16b square is a perfect square of 4b. So we can apply the identity 3 easily. That is equal to 7 common as it is and 3a whole square minus 4b whole square. That is equal to 7 into 3a plus 4b into 3a minus 4b. Next question number 3. 49x square minus 36. Again you can see 49 is the square of 7 and x square is the square of x. That is first term is the square of 7x and 36 is the square of 6. So we can apply the third identity directly. That is 49x square minus 36 equal to 7x whole square minus 6 whole square. That is equal to 7x plus 6 into 7x minus 6. Next question number 4. 16x raised to 5 minus 144x cube. Now again you can see 16, first term 16 coefficient is a perfect square, but variable x raised to 5 is not a perfect square. Similarly in the second term 144 is a perfect square, but x cube is not a perfect square. So let's see that we can take out something common. Yes, you can see that first term is having x raised to 5 and second term is having x raised to 3. So we can take out x raised to 3 common. So taking out x raised to 3 common, and moreover 16 and 144, that also 144 comes in the table of 16. So we can take out 16 also common. So we'll take out 16x cube common. After taking out 16x cube common, from the first term x square will be left, and from the second term 9 will be left, because 16 9s are 144. So we get 16x cube into x square minus 9. Again you can see x square is the perfect square of x and 9 is the perfect square of 3. So we'll write 16x cube into x whole square minus 3 whole square. That is equal to 16x cube into x plus 3 into x minus 3. Question number 5. L plus m whole square minus L minus m whole square. Again here difference of square, first term is already made up of two another terms. Similarly second term is made up of two another terms. So no need to worry for that. Whatever is mentioned, one time you have to add and one time you have to subtract. So that is equal to L plus m plus L minus m. Yes, one time we have to add this both. This L plus m and this L minus m we have to add first. So we'll get L plus m in plus L minus m. Next time another bracket we have to subtract. So we'll get L plus m minus L plus m, because L plus m minus L and minus minus will become plus. So we'll get in the second bracket L plus m minus L plus m. Now here you can see plus m minus m will cut, so we'll be left with 2l. Here minus l and plus l will be cut, so we'll be left with 2m. That is equal to 2l into 2m. That is equal to 2 2s are 4 and lm. So we'll get 4lm. Next question number 6. 9x square y square minus 16. Again you can see first term is the perfect square of 3xy and second term is the perfect square of 4. That is equal to 3xy whole square minus 4 square. That is equal to, one time we have to add and one time we have to subtract. That is equal to 3xy plus 4 into 3xy minus 4. Next question number 7. X square minus 2xy plus y square minus z square. Now here something changed and given in this question, means you can see that first three terms which are given in the bracket, these three terms, when we look it directly you can see it is a perfect square. Yes, last term let it be as it is. So first we will solve the first three terms given in the bracket, which is the perfect square of x minus y whole square, because x square is the perfect square of x, y square is the perfect square of y, and the middle term 2xy. So this is the perfect square of x minus y whole square minus z square, we write as it is. Now again we can see that our first term is x minus y square, which is the perfect square of x minus y, and second term, that is z square, is the perfect square of z. So one time we will add and one time we will subtract. So equal to x minus y plus z. This x minus y as it is, and first time we will add with this, that is plus z. Another time we have to subtract it, that is we will write like this, x minus y minus this z. Yes, so we will get x minus y plus z into x minus y minus z. Question number 8. 25a square minus 4b square plus 28bc minus 49c square. Again, here 4 terms are given in the expression, where we can see that nothing we can take out common. So first let's see that we can apply any other identity or not. Yes. Looking at the last 3 terms of the given expression, these 3 terms, you can see that middle term is bc, and here also b is there, and here c, which is a perfect square numbers. So we can use perfect square method. But for that we have to separate the terms. So we separate the terms first, that is equal to, we will write 25a square as it is, then minus as it is. Now 4b square, when we take this in bracket, this plus will become minus, and this minus will become plus. Yes, so we write 25a square minus in bracket 4b square minus 28bc plus 49c square. Now looking at the bracket terms, we can see that again it is a perfect square for subtraction, because middle term is minus. So we write equal to 25a square minus 4b that square, that is 2b whole square, minus 2 into 2b into 7c plus 7c whole square, that is equal to 25a square again is the perfect square of 5a. So we write 5a whole square minus 2b minus 7c whole square. This bracket is the perfect square of this bracket. Yes, this is the perfect square of this bracket. So we'll get 5a whole square minus 2b minus 7c whole square. One time we have to add and one time we have to subtract, that is equal to 5a plus 2b minus 7c into 5a minus 2b, and this minus minus will become plus, that is plus 7c. So our factorization of this expression is 5a plus 2b minus 7c into 5a minus 2b plus 7c. Next question we will continue in our next session. Dear students, please copy all this in your CW. Thank you.